Welcome to Narayana Virtual Classes. Today's our amazing assignment, class 10 related to the electromagnetism. So let us move on to the first question. So how is a magnetic field characterized? So we know what is a magnetic field. The region surrounded by the magnet is called electric field. So how can we characterize the magnetic field? So the magnetic field characterized by the strength of the magnetic field, strength of the magnetic field lines, as well as the direction, direction of magnetic field lines. We can characterize the magnetic field by the strength of the bar magnet and the direction. How can we find the strength? Strength of the magnetic lines, which is nothing but, so if the lines are crowded means there is the strength is more, Suppose the magnetic lines are spreaded, the magnetic field strength is less. Say yes or no? So that is the magnetic strength. And also direction. So out of the bar magnet, it is always acting, the magnetic lines are north pole to south pole. So this is the first question. And let us move on to the second question. Is there any relation between electricity and magnetism? So up to before Oersted experiment, we don't know any relation between electricity and magnetism. So we think the electricity and magnetism are two different concepts. But so by the Oersted experiment, this is the Oersted experiment. What is the Oersted experiment? A current carrying conductor produces the magnetic field. A current carrying conductor produces the magnetic field around it, as a concentric circles, that is the Oersted experiment. So by the Oersted experiment, we learned, so a current carrying conductor produces the magnetic field. So there is the relation between electricity and magnetism. So there is the relation between electricity and magnetism, that is the electromagnetism. So by the Oersted experiment we can tell, so the current carrying conductor produces the magnetic field. So then let us move on to the third question. List out the material required for the Oersted experiment. So Oersted experiment, what are the materials required? So this is the copper wire or conducting wire, and this is also magnetic compass needle, and also you have to take one battery. So it is a 9 volts battery, whatever it is, 12 volts battery. So what we need to require? So one is the battery, connecting wires and also compass, okay, and also compass. So these are the materials required to do the Oersted experiment. And what are the precautions? We need to take the precautions means, so we have to take the connecting wire tightly. So it is passing through the two sticks. Here two wooden sticks are appearing, no? So this is the wire, you have to take tightly, okay, then only we can observe the magnetic lines. So this is the third question. And let us move on to the fourth question. So why the Oersted appreciable? So why means now only we discussed. So a current carrying conductor produces the magnetic field. So before we don't know, so the relation between, suppose it is a simple electric circuit. So we know, suppose if you keep the bulb across this connecting wires, we can observe the bulb should glow. So meaning what? So we can observe, so the electricity passing through this circuit. So we can observe here the electric current. But we don't know, by using the Oersted experiment only, we know the relation between electricity and magnetism. A current carrying conductor produces the magnetic field also. So that's why the Oersted is appreciable. So Oersted only given the relation between electricity and magnetism. So then let us move on to the fifth question. An activity to show the magnetic field lines is three-dimensional. So we can observe here, this is the bar magnet. Always outside of the bar magnet, we can observe the magnetic lines are passing north pole to south pole, north pole to south pole. So we can draw the magnetic field lines also by using the bar magnet. So take the white sheet paper, keep the magnet and it is the north pole and south pole. Take one compass and keep nearer to the north pole. We can observe, so the compass showing, so always north pole to south pole. We can observe like this magnetic lines. And also for example, so if you remove this bar magnet, we can observe what we can observe. So what we can observe, if you remove the bar magnet, what we can observe, the compass showing geographical north and geographical south. It's showing the normal direction. So what we can observe here, if you keep the compass nearer to the bar magnet, so the compass affected by the bar magnet, and also it experience one force, that is the magnetic force. If there is no magnet nearer to the compass, so we can observe the geographical north and geographical south. It shows the normal direction. So what we can observe here, suppose for example, you take the bar compass and keep above the bar magnet, we can show the deflection. So whenever we keep the the compass nearer to the bar magnet, we can show the deflections. Anywhere around the bar magnet, we can show the deflections. So which is nothing but, so the magnetic field lines are three-dimensional. So it is, what is that? The magnetic field lines are acting around the bar magnet. So it is in the three-dimensional. So magnetic field lines are three-dimensional. Magnetic field line is three-dimensional. Okay. So thank you everyone.